Hey guys, Crystal Daz here, bringing another weekly Brutal Mutation. I'm here with Hobbs. Say hi.
Yo, yo.
Hey, we're doing a joint commentary today. This week we have for you a brutal instance of instant karma. Uh, our mutations this week are double-edged. Your units receive the damage they deal, but they are healed over time at a rate of 10 HP per second. Enemy hybrids detonate a nuke when they die, and enemy units explode and deal damage to nearby player units upon death. So let's head into our replay and we'll get this party started and show you how we beat this pretty darn easily. So uh, here we go. This was on Brutal. Now, the double-edged is a little bit of a strange mutation. Your damage is dealt back to you at a rate of 10 HP per second. So if you do less than 10 HP per second, you're in a pretty great position, which means low damage units in high quantity are especially effective. And as you can see, we are using the two commanders that do that pretty effectively. So let's let these commanders spew their little rant before we get onto the commentary. Go on, Janara.
The Rite of Rakshir will soon begin. Amon's loyalists seek to regain control of the Tal'Darim by climbing the chain of Ascension. As first Ascendant, I will exterminate these traitors. Both of your armies must stand with me to provide their psionic support.
And with the double-edged mutator, it counts as well with spell damage. So it means Alarak is immediately out.
Yeah, pretty much. Switch over to Hobbs' point of view here, let you guys watch him for once. So, Zagara herself as a hero unit can die pretty darn easily on this. In fact, all your units can die if you don't pull them back. And the double edge does count for enemy buildings, so the more damage you do to them, the more damage you do to yourself. So pretty much everything you attack can kill you.
However, summoned unit powers such as Zagara's Baneling Barrage does not count for damage reflected,
Very true.
which is the ace in the hole for Crystal Daz here.
I should have probably used it more than 3 times this whole match, but yeah, you're right.
Wait, seriously?
Nah, just play. So we do end up facing Terran Mech here. We do get our detection out in time to prevent being nuked, so it wasn't a... I don't think we had too much trouble with this one,
Come
did
to
we?
think of it, we only had one nuke.
Yeah, it was right in the middle a little bit later on. We didn't get nuked at all, so that's an important thing to remember
I
if you
think we
guys are
cleared
facing...
out the silos really fast.
Yeah.
Our allies are in combat.
Switch over to my point of view real quick. One of the important things to remember when you're facing Terran on Brutal is they do nuke you guys, so you have to be very, very adamant about having detection up at your key points, because ghosts will nuke you, and you don't want that, so...
Hashtag feels bad, man.
Yep. Now, as you all know, the second wave on this map is very glitched still. It's a Tier 8 wave instead of a Tier 2 wave, so...
Enemy supplicants are headed toward their champion. Kill them all.
We were lucky enough to... Shut up, Zagara. We were lucky enough to face a ground composition, which really helped Zagara and Stukov, so...
Yes, see, Daz, this is what I mean. That first wave is also bugged.
A little
with a Tier
bit.
2 wave.
I must siphon power from your armies if I am to
But
regain
that's
the
what I'm talking about
power.
last time, because the first wave on a Zerg composition, if it's not roaches, will have banelings in it, which
Dang.
will ruin your day.
Yep. Also, one thing,
With your armies down, or I will cross the edge of the pit.
one thing you have to be careful of as versus Terran on Brutal is the Diamondbacks guarding your expansions. They will be hard to kill with melee units, and they will run from you, and it's very hard to take your expansions versus Terran on this map, so you gotta be a little bit careful, so...
and you viewers will see for the next few minutes how I derp out trying to deal with that one stupid bunker and the 2 Marines that somehow survived the subsequent attack.
Yep, that'll be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, it'll be hilarious.
I certainly hope they fix this user interface they've got going on the replay here. It's a little bit messed up.
It's fine on my end.
Oh.
I just hope they fix the bug waves, which will probably never happen.
That's fine.
We'll just call it a feature and be done with it.
Exactly. Yeah, that dumb Diamondback is preventing your guys from...
No, it's a bunker.
there's a Diamondback there too, so...
It's mainly the bunker.
Anyway...
As an added note, commander calldowns in general will die very fast, as you'll see soon enough.
Oh,
With
yeah.
the Alexander and the Apocalypse, they will literally kill themselves as they try to clear the way for your troops.
And as you'll notice, my Zagara got killed by a barracks by attacking it.
Reinforcements to support his champion. Prepare to meet them in combat.
And that's how I learned my lesson, that you don't use your heroes to attack buildings. They will die very fast.
Armies to support me so I can decimate this rebellion.
Janara sure is whiny.
Our allies are engaged in battle.
It's still better than Sergeant Hammer.
True that. So here comes the bugged wave. This is a tier 8 wave, which is a little bit too big for what most commanders should be able to handle by this point.
Goliaths, Widow Mines. Fun times.
Yep, and siege tanks. And a science vessel.
It would only be compounded worse if they came with Thors as well.
Yeah. Go Banelings, go. That wave is always fun on this map. One of the things that I had a little bit of trouble with this map was avoiding those red bombs. I didn't really notice them until a little bit later than I should have, so...
It doesn't matter too much when you're not playing a commander where relying on saving your army every time.
Yep. Side note for you viewers, you need to clear this area out before the 9-minute mark.
They must be eliminated immediately.
The 9-minute mark is when the hybrids spawn here. If you don't take out those 3 bunkers, you're going to have a bad time. And on this mutation, if you're near the hybrids when they die, you're going to have a bad time because they nuke like that. So you got to be very careful. Kerboom.
Send your armies to me immediately. All is nearly lost.
This map, even on Brutal, is always a little bit tough at the beginning until you get past that first hybrid area. Because if you push Janara too quickly too early, that hybrid spawns early. That's not good.
Several elementals nearby. Their psionic bleeding is distracting me.
So you want to avoid pushing until that first hybrid, and then you're good to push to about this point here. So, and then you're pretty much good for the rest of the map. So we slow macro up a little bit, move our forces into the middle. This is where we get a almost nuked, but not quite.
And I finally realized there's 2 Marines camping my expo. Yeah, I know. Shame on me. Shame on me.
Just watch it. There's a diamond back there too. See?
Yeah, there it is.
He just loves coming back, and my Zagar is like, vengeance, baby, vengeance.
Our allies are engaged in battle. Your detestable Zerg.
I didn't know which Diamondback to take out, so I just took them all out.
Mass Frenzy is ready.
It's a good lesson.
Yep. If in doubt,
attempt number
murder
4
everything.
attempt number 4 of building that command center.
Yep. If in doubt, murder everything.
Evolution complete.
So this is the part where we have to start taking a little bit slow and steady. Well, Hobbs doesn't as Stukov, but I do. I have to basically push a little bit and then pull back, wait for my units to heal, push, pull back, wait for my units to heal. And this is where you'll see I'm putting spores in the middle to protect his buildings from being nuked, which does save our butt a little bit later.
And while we're building up, I take the liberty of going after the bonus because I trust Daz to clear out the next area.
His mistake. No, just kidding.
No, it goes according to plan.
Yeah. Notice my Zerglings are all dying from supply depots. The worst way to die as a Zerg. A starport kills
I'm just
my
watching
Zerglings.
your Zagara slowly kill herself against an armory.
Yeah, she does that a little bit. Look at her, she's almost dead.
To support their champion. Match their strengths.
A starport almost killed her.
The enemy has taken an interest in our base.
Mutation complete.
That Apocalypse, just... man.
I really hope the next Terran commander uses Warhounds.
That'll be nice.
Your grotesque Zerg has mutated into something new.
Your Apocalypse is doing a weird dance.
Oh, the Solarite.
Your brood has
Yeah.
encountered the enemy.
Where's my Zagara?
Your brood has encountered the enemy.
I lost her. Oh, here I is. Okay. We'll go back to my player perspective real quick. So, I didn't really think this mutation was too much more difficult than Brutal. I mean, your units die a lot faster and you gotta dodge the nukes, but I think that's about it. Do you think it was much harder?
No, but only because you're playing the commanders that make this too easy.
True.
You wouldn't feel that way if you played Nova or even Swan.
True. I think any high damage commanders will be hurting on this mutation a lot, so... Roach drop to take care of all those enemies. Her enhanced Roach drop does a lot of damage to enemies, so when you drop it on them, it takes out almost any wave, so... If you're...
Has been detected.
There it is.
Yeah, see, there's the one
Engaged in battle.
nuke that attempts to nuke all my buildings.
Yep.
After that, I'm pretty sure
That was the only
I
nuke.
didn't see anyone after
Yeah.
that.
I hate these detestable elementals. Eliminate them if you have the strength to spare.
I really don't like the buildings hurting your guys, but it is what it is, I guess, so...
Our allies are engaged in
Infestation
battle.
does have its strengths, you know.
Our allies are engaged in battle.
So normally I'm a lot more aggressive as Zagara. I'm usually just throwing units at enemies, but you can't do that on this mutation. You gotta be a little bit slow and steady. So
Our allies are engaged in battle.
my Zagara is going to clear this out. We'll move over to Hobbs' perspective real quick.
Slow and steady, he says, as he clears out all the enemy bases, while leaving me to deal with the major fortifications.
Hey now, I trust you.
Ha 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 ha.
Our forces are under attack. Mutation complete. We have met the enemy in combat. Our allies are in combat.
I believe the enemy wishes to test our defenses.
Interesting. It's always fun to watch both perspectives when you play a game like
Our
this.
allies are engaged in battle.
Infested drop is now.
The enemy is providing their champion with psionic support. You must deny him their aid.
Engaged in battle.
So, one of the things that I like doing on this map when it's a little bit more difficult than normal is taking it slow enough that my Roach drop is available for each hybrid spawn. It really helps to be able to drop a max mastery Roach drop on top of a hybrid enemy spawn, because it can and does wipe out all the normal non-hybrid enemies, so it's very effective to do that. Personal playstyle. And those elementals are sure strong.
Our allies are engaged in battle.
And I wasn't caring too much about that apocalypse, just to take out those 2 widow mines, because it would have annoyed me later.
Fair enough.
Elementals extinct. But for now, let us focus our efforts on the task at hand.
Enemy in combat. Our forces are under attack.
And so we've both basically maxed out our upgrades by now, and now we're pumping out units.
Our allies are engaged in battle. Your grotesque Zerg have mutated into something.
Hobbs is massing up bunkers. I'm getting banelings and scourges. I think I built too many scourges for versing a ground army, but this last fortification's a little bit nasty. So it always helps to have a little bit of a surplus.
Our allies are engaged in battle.
Yep, I lost them all.
Psionic support from the hybrids turns the tide in Amon's favor. Put an end to it now!
And that took out pretty much everything but the Thors, and so that was a great little drop. Unfortunately, I stand in the way of a couple nukes here and get a little bit hurt, so... So I'm like, I'm staying back and making banelings. Honestly, I don't think the nukes bothered us as much as the double edge did. The nukes are pretty easy to dodge. You got about a half a second to get out of the way, so...
The nukes just made it so the broodlings got to distract them even more.
Yep. That's the great thing about Stukov is when the nukes destroy his units, he gets more units, so...
Yeah, see, there's the 2 ghost academies to
Yep.
ruin our days.
We always like clearing this map out, and by we, I mean me, so... These spawns did seem a little bit more frequent than normal, but we were probably just imagining things.
A group of enemies seeks to support Amon's champion. Do not allow that to happen.
Run, Zagaro, run!
And somehow Zagara did get completely wrecked by that incoming attack wave.
That's because they were all aggroed on you. And my Zagara was about to get owned by an armory.
Team player.
Yep.
Your brood
I think my Zagara died more to armories than units in this game.
That's something you don't hear every day.
Well, that is this new Mutator.
Infested drop.
Hey, you should click on Janara. She's got Blink and Psionic Orb for abilities. It's pretty neat.
Blink, Psionic Orb, hit Alarak's super move. Interesting. That's the
Hit
move
Alarak.
she uses to push the guy into the pit, probably.
Your brood has
Button
encountered
tooltip. They need to fix this. They messed up a little
The
bit.
enemy has established fortifications on the path to the pit. Be prepared to set them ablaze.
And now this is the wave that is identical to wave 2 right here, so... And you'll see we're not even facing that until end game, so wave 2 is kind of just a bugger. Anyway,
Oblivion awaits Amon's minions. Maintain your psionic support, and I shall deliver them unto it.
I do get a roach drop off here, but I stick around for a nuke and a...
And I drop both
Yeah.
my cooldowns on top of the Thors. And you'll see how fast they die.
Yeah, my cigar just... I literally bit the bullet. My whole army just died. So...
Our allies are engaged in battle.
It's those darn nukes. Scourges are like, nope and out of there.
You know, I just watched the the smaller hybrid nuke explosions, it did absolutely no damage to my Marines.
Interesting. Look at
Yeah,
Malash.
it's only the really giant hybrids nukes that kill all my stuff.
Malash has 3 moves. Pit Malash, side shift, uppercut, and super move. Interesting.
And so ends
Yeah.
Rack Shield.
Well,
Pathetic display.
that was that. That was a pretty easy mutation, I think, as long as you're playing with good commanders. I don't really have any other suggestions than what we gave you. Any closing words for you, Hobbs?
An alternative strategy is to play Rainer and mass mines everywhere, because that will not reflect damage upon your vultures.
Fair enough. There you go, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. I will see you next week for another Brutal Mutation, or maybe earlier if I feel like making a joke video. Take care. Y'all enjoy. Bye-bye.